and if you're watching, I am testing out, doing live streaming, playing Fallout New Vegas.
Don't worry. I won't have you lashed to a cross like the rest of these degenerates. It's useful that you happen by. I want you to witness the fate of the town of Nipton, to memorize every detail. And then, when you move on, I want you to teach everyone you meet the lesson that Caesar's Legion taught here, especially any NCR troops you run across.
Now, I played Fallout New Vegas back in 2010 when it released, and I'm just getting back into it. I'm playing a little bit on my GPD Win 2. But I'm kind of hooked. I don't remember a lot of this other than the main story beats, and I honestly don't know how many of the side quests I actually did. I was in college at the time that the game came out, so I know I didn't spend as much time as probably a lot of other big New Vegas fans did. I did spend a ton of hours in Fallout 3. But I was working towards an honors thesis in school, so I didn't really have as much time as I would like to have to play video games back then. So I actually missed out on a lot of good games, I think, between 2007 and about 2011, just because of college, obviously. So what I'm doing today is testing out live streaming. I've had lots of requests from people in the comments on my videos about doing live streams. So I'm trying to set that up, figure out if my internet connection here actually is good enough to be doing live streaming. Testing out different software options. There's browser options, there's actually programs that you can install to do this. Pretty new to it all, to be honest with you. Video editing is something that I've done for a while, but live streaming is something newer. So please bear with me. The whole reason of doing these test streams is to see what it is that I need to improve, right? So you guys feel free to post in the comments the audio and video quality of the stream as you see it, and that will help me out. Maybe I need to change locations in my house, change my internet settings, not really sure. But I guess there's no way to actually do this until you go live, right? So, here we go.
Where to begin? That they are weak and we are strong? This much was known already. But the depths of their moral sickness, their dissolution, Nipton serves as the perfect object lesson.
So I do not remember even finding Nipton when I first played this game. This is a brand new storyline for me.
Nipton was a wicked place, debased and corrupt. It served all comers, so long as they paid. Profligate troops, powder gangers, men of the Legion, such as myself. The people here didn't care. It was a town of whores. For a pittance, the town agreed to lead those it had sheltered into a trap. Only when I sprang it did they realize they were caught inside it too. Yes, and herded them to the center of town. I told them their sins, the foremost being disloyalty. I told them that when legionaries are disloyal, some are punished, the others made to watch. And I announced the lottery. Each clutched his ticket, hoping it would set him free. Each did nothing, even when loved ones were dragged away to be killed.
Yeah. It's amazing the difference between this game and, say, Fallout 4. Kind of makes you sad about Fallout 76, is that there's none of this sort of thing. I haven't really decided what kind of character I'm playing here. I feel like most people just say, yeah, you slaughtered innocent civilians. We'll see what happens.
Yes, they did. As will all the rest of them, in due time. Now go, and teach them what you've learned here. There will be more lessons in the days ahead.
Doing this. It's part of a quest from what's going on here? Another town. Let's see here. Yeah, this is what I was doing. The Mojave Outpost. I was told to check out Neptune. I clearly never did this when I played the game. Why is it doing this again? Sorry, I'm getting used to keyboard controls in this game again. I usually play it as a gamepad. Continue down here. I'm trying to remember all the keyboard controls. Like I said, I've been playing this on my GPD too, but I'm using the Xbox controller controls. If I remember correctly in the quest, they said if anyone wasn't alive, they'd still be here. So that's what I'm looking for right now, is to find out are there any people still left. If there is, we'll explore and check it out. Right. So I was wondering, when you do a bit of live streaming? Yep, man, trying to figure it out. If you're still on, can you let me know how the quality of the stream is? Still learning controls though. fight is. 'Cause I don't remember. Alright, hey man, I saw your comment. I just changed audio, lowered it for desktop audio. Let me know if that makes a difference. There we go. So I guess I could have done a private stream and figured this all out, but it's easier to do it, I think, in real time rather than me going back and forth. And I appreciate your help. You know, I'll be deleting this, I'm sure, after I'm done with it. Just want to work. Oh, wow. And I don't think I actually shot him. Alright, voice still sounds low. Okay. I need to figure out... Let me see here. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate your help. I'm trying to go in settings now for my mic and see if I can edit it. Can you tell me if that makes any difference? I'm just messing around with settings in this Streamlabs software I've got on. It's showing maximum volume, but it's weird that now it's not showing any decibel levels for my mic, but I can sort of hear myself. I don't know if I just need to talk louder or what. Yeah, well, I do speak calmly generally on my videos, but when I play games, I definitely find myself getting upset sometimes. It's weird because my software right now is not showing any decibel levels, but I can actually see. And I turned it on so I can hear myself. And it does sound sort of low. I don't know. Okay, it sounds better now. Hey man, I'm just testing out. I see Augury just jumped in. I'm doing a test. Just checking out my settings. Trying to make sure that everything's working fine if I'm going to jump into doing some live streaming every once in a while. I've got Monos here. He's helping me out through settings. I'm probably going to, obviously whenever this is done, delete it and do a proper one. Or proper live streams later on. So we're just kind of working through technical issues so that later on, not early on Sunday mornings, if I want to do this, people will have a decent experience watching me. Yeah, Augury says, I would love live streams in the future. Yeah. So I got my setup where I've got a game capture software for consoles, but I haven't really set it up for PC. So that's what I'm going through right now. I'm in the Eastern time zone, so I live in the state of Florida in the United States. So it's 8 o'clock in the morning here. Didn't imagine there'd be a ton of people that are jumping on right now. But hey, there's more people than I thought there would be, so that's... You guys are doing it with me. We're figuring it out. Figuring out live streaming, guys. I'm decent at doing video editing. I've been doing that for years. Live streaming is relatively new. I just want to make sure that it's a good experience because I know I've watched plenty of live streams where it was pretty terrible. You couldn't hear the person, or you could only hear the person, or they would have the audio on in the background while also through the mic. All kinds of bad things, right? So that's why I'm just trying to test right now. I'm glad you guys are jumping on, helping me through it, playing Fallout New Vegas. Let me know if the audio sounds fine. We're trying to work through that. I am not a tech guru by any means. I know my way around some stuff, but microphones are interesting to work with. All right, so let's go ahead and... So audio sounds like we're getting it fixed. How is the actual internet stream for you guys? Is it laggy? Is it look good? Oh shit. Alright, looks like I'm about to die. Alright, glad to see the video's good. I need to somehow up my mic. So I got a little volume thing here. Let me know if that actually does anything. Does it sound any louder now? And I apologize for my learning these controls, playing Fallout New Vegas back on the computer again. Alright, so let me get back into gameplay. These damn dogs. Okay. So I'm just exploring this area, guys. Supposed to be checking out and see if there's anyone left alive. Clearly there isn't. And I just got my leg blown off. Alright. Again. You guys let me know if you can hear my voice better now. That would be helpful. I don't really see anything else up here, so I'm wandering around trying to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Alright, glad that the voice is louder. Yeah, thanks, Augury. There are a lot of much, much bigger YouTubers out there that have worse quality, but from what I've seen, you know, usually on a long enough timeline, if it's a quality video, I think people will notice it. It's just hard getting noticed, right? Alright, let me go out. I'm shooting. Manos wasting a bunch of ammo just for you, so you can see if you can hear me. Let me know if that did anything. I'm going to exit this building now. We're going to go out into the wasteland and figure out what's going on out here. Yeah, you're right. I could have just punched some stuff, right? Does it sound better, though? Alright, Augury, man. Thanks for jumping on. Thanks, you guys, helping me test this out. I think one of you guys said it was 1 a.m. wherever you are. Alright, so if you're watching and everything is good, please let me know. Again, if you're just jumping on, I'm testing to make sure that future live streams will be worthy of watching without me asking everybody for help to make sure that the quality of the audio and the video is up to par. Alright. Doesn't look like there's really anything in here. So I'm gonna head back outside. Yeah, JC. Early morning. Yeah, that's right. You said that you're out there in Alabama, right? Yeah, 7 a.m. Oh, Manos, you're in Greece. Nice. Hey, I heard, obviously this is off the topic of the stream, Manos, but I know you guys were going through some crazy stuff in Greece a couple years ago. Has it calmed down? Is everything good out there now? Just comment and let me know. My wife and I have been wanting to go out there. We were in the Mediterranean a couple years ago. Didn't make it as far east as Greece, but it's definitely on our list. So, but I know it was getting kind of crazy out there for a while. Alright, so I'm just walking around Nipton. Again, I have not played Fallout New Vegas since it came out in 2010. I don't remember ever even making it here when I played the game. I was in college from 2007 to 2010, so there's a lot of games I missed out on. I did play Fallout New Vegas through at least the main story quest line. And I remember siding against Caesar's Legion, but I know that I passed on a ton of the side quests just because I did not have the time to play. Not that I do these days, but I don't have any kids. I need something to do whenever I get home from work. If I'm playing games anyways, I like to write. So I started this channel, and now at the request of multiple subscribers and viewers, I'm checking out doing live streaming. What's my favorite game franchise? Honestly, it's Zelda. And then I would say Elder Scrolls and Fallout are right behind, neck and neck. If you would have asked me 3 years ago, it would be Fallout and Elder Scrolls, but really Breath of the Wild got me really back into Zelda. I mean, I basically played all the Zelda games, and Breath of the Wild was a real departure in a good way. I probably spent 250 hours playing that game. Yeah, hopefully Starfield will get on that list. You're right. I make a bunch of Starfield videos. Starfield is, if it's I'm imagining it being something like a cross between Fallout New Vegas, like in my perfect world, right? The kind of dialogue options, open world exploration, the different kind of varied quests, but in space, right? So what is there not to like? I love Bethesda games, or Bethesda Game Studios games, although I really did enjoy Doom 2016, so I will be getting Doom Eternal. But as far as Starfield goes, yeah, I'm really excited. It's a new intellectual property from Bethesda, which is not something that you see really much at all in the game industry anymore. The new IPs are pretty rare. And a new Bethesda IP, I mean, when they created a new game was Elder Scrolls in 1994. I was 10 or 11 years old. So, yes, JC, you do need to try Zelda. Breath of the Wild is an amazing game, and you will be lost in that game for hundreds of hours, man. As for BGS surprising us with a new release this year, that would be amazing. But I don't think it's going to happen. Alright, looks like I'm getting attacked by ants. So, here we go, Manos. We got some gameplay here. I'm about to shoot this guy in the head. Yeah, Manos. Gameplay teaser for Starfield would make it all worthwhile. I'll tell you that. I'm anticipating a 2020 release for Starfield. Probably cross-generation. With old console and new console. But this year, honestly, I really do think we're getting Cyberpunk 2077. So I think that'll scratch a lot of people's RPG itch for, the next year. It definitely will mine. I am supremely confident that we are going to see Cyberpunk this year. The game has been in development forever. They're CD Projekt Red already said that they're going big this year. So I'm really hoping that we see that game, because I don't want to have to play both Starfield and Cyberpunk at the same time. Alright, Mono said, to be honest, they'll be shooting themselves in the foot if they don't show something. Their reputation took a major hit this year. Yeah, man, that is true. I can tell you, looking at the maps, I saw it on some other video, they're talking about how Bethesda has the biggest floor space of all developers, which is pretty crazy to think about. They also have the biggest venue for their E3 press conference that they've ever had. Now, I'll be flying out there just for that, just to check it out, and I'm going to try and do some live interviews from Bethesda fans, because that's the best place to, I think, get some feedback. So I'm going to ask people what they're looking forward to. I'm going to try to make a video about it. Who knows if they're going to boot me out for trying to do that, but I'm going to ask some people what it is that they're looking forward to, what would make it a successful press conference for them, and afterwards ask everyone if they're happy with what they saw. If all they're showing is Doom, Elder Scrolls Online, Elder Scrolls Blades updates, yeah, I think people are going to be upset. Bethesda knows that we want to see something about Starfield. JC, I was actually wondering if BGS would do Starfield cross-gen. They never have before. So here's the thing. They have to do it cross-gen, really. They've been talking about how, it's doing something they haven't been able to do with previous hardware. But, knowing that the new Xbox and PlayStation are coming out next year, there's only going to be a few million systems available. So they are tremendously hurting themselves if they only release on next gen. Now, if they just mean that they're going to release only on next gen and PC, well, that's a high barrier to entry for a lot of people, because you're either going to have a pretty beefy PC, or you're going to have to buy a new game system. So I think that we're going to see probably a pared down version of the game for existing, kind of like Destiny was, right? Whenever the new Xbox and PlayStation came out, that was cross-generation. We also had Titanfall had an Xbox 360 version of the game released. So, I mean, just from a money perspective, either they don't release it next year and it comes out in 2021 when there's actual big user base, or it's cross-gen release. That's the only two things I could think. Yeah, Mono says, I'll be happy if they talk about Wastelanders DLC. Yeah, well, Wastelanders is what we're hoping, definitely, to be NPCs coming to Fallout 76. As soon as that happens, I'm jumping back in, because, I mean, you can just look at this right here. This is how much better just something like this makes the game, right? So I'm returning this quest here.
You check out the Nipton Town Hall yet? Smoke trail's not getting any shorter.
Here we go.
Legion this far west? You're fucking kidding me. That's not outside the border. They're moving in, and fast. Nipton wasn't the most friendly town, but... Alright, thanks for checking on that. Wish it set my mind at ease. Now I'm more on edge than ever.
Yeah, just this little bit of interaction here with this NPC, Ranger Ghost, is more than you get in all of Fallout 76. I mean... Alright. Manos asking, do I use any mods? I have not put any mods on this, because, like I said, I've been playing this on my GPD Win 2, which this game plays pretty well on it. I don't know if there's really any overhead for mods, and it uses the cross-saving functionality so that I can play there and also play on my desktop here. I'm afraid if I put some mods on it that it's going to run poorly on the little poor GPD Win 2. So If you're not aware of what a GPD-Win2 is, it's a little handheld computer. What I'm saying is the letter G, the letter P, the letter D. Win is just W-I-N too, so you can Google it and check it out. It's a little handheld PC meant for gaming. It's got analog sticks. It's almost like a Nintendo DS. But you can play Steam games on it, and really anything up to about 2013, 2014. If it's a 3D game, runs really well on it, and it runs 2D games pretty well, so. Yeah. Yeah, it does look pretty good, doesn't it? I mean, I don't have a high standard for graphics anyway. I'm a RPG and Nintendo player, generally. So, I'm more about gameplay, right?
In Nipton? Hell no. Town was a shithole, asking to be burned. Just not by Legion. Nobody deserves that. Well, thanks for hoofing it there and back, even if it was bad news. Wish we could spare the troops to go hunting. But orders are to stay put. Fucking Mojave's going to hell, and all I can do is sit here and watch.
Alright, so now I've gained fame with the NCR and the Legion. Alright, let's see what other quests I have available here. Like I said, guys, I have not played this game, I guess, almost in 10 years, and I did not do a lot of side quests back then because I didn't have the time. I just wanted to plow through the game. Let's see what quest I should do here. Spread word of Legion atrocities. Alright, I don't know where these captives are, but I'm gonna... It's probably where I was just at, right? Let's see. Wow, JC, your first Fallout was Fallout 4. See, the thing about Bethesda games is that the first one that you play is usually your favorite. I wonder if the same thing, especially for Elder Scrolls, I know that basically anyone I've ever met, their favorite one is always the first one that they played. And anybody that started with Skyrim. I see Monos. I know where the captives are if you don't mind the spoiler. No, man, I'm going to figure it out here. But going back to JC saying Fallout 4 is your first Fallout. So if you went from Fallout 4 and then went to New Vegas, what were your thoughts on that? Which one did you like more? I'd be interested to know. So let me look at the map here. Figure out, I bet it's back in... I don't know, I'm walking that way. So this is Nipton, so it's past Nipton. Oh, Monos, your first Bethesda game was Morrowind. Mine was Oblivion. And I have always tried to jump into Morrowind, but... like I said, it's one of those things where they streamline each release. Some people would say that they dumb it down or make it easier or whatever, but the reason they become more popular, honestly, is because more people can jump in. There's so many systems in Morrowind that if you don't understand how, the RNG system works, while you're hitting stuff and it doesn't actually register. I mean, Oblivion was pretty bad about that, but not anywhere near as bad as Morrowind. How old am I? Man, I just turned 36 years old, so I'm getting older. Yeah, it's funny. So on my YouTube analytics, they tell me like the average age of people that watch my streams. Clearly, I don't even realize it in the videos that I make, but like 70% of the people that view my videos are between like I think it says like 27 and 39 or something like that. Definitely older. And 99.8% male. Thanks, Manos. Yeah, it is a mature channel. So I don't know how big it'll ever get, but I've, I started it just over 4 months ago now. So averaging a good amount of views a day, between 40 and 80 hours of view time a day. So it's a lot. I'd say become a lot more popular than I thought when I first started doing this, back in February. Am I getting shot at? What the hell is that? All right. King Fanman's channel is the same. Another Bethesda channel I follow. This is what Manos is saying. Oh, hold on. I'm getting attacked. Where are these guys coming from? Alright, whatever. I will tell you that Fallout 4's combat is a lot better. Yeah, JC says most of the other channels make me feel like the old guy. Yeah, if I ever watch streaming, man, or even try to play online games, it's like 12 or 13-year-olds screaming at you. I can't do that. I don't have time for that. I just like watching, I made a channel doing videos that, I feel like I would want to watch, and it's hard to find. It's hard to find people with just kind of a nuanced perspective that have, they're not 25-minute, videos. They're not 3-minute videos. I try to keep mine between, say, 5 to 10 minutes, because most of the people that watch my videos are doing it on their phones, and I want to be respectful of their time, but also want to give something to think about, kind of where I'm at, things that are interesting to me. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been, somewhat successful so far. All right, so let's put some points in. All right. Hey, Zax, welcome. 35 years old. The YouTube algorithm sent me here. It knows. Yeah. It knows. Well, I haven't figured out the algorithm. I've only been doing this for a little bit, but I can tell you, sometimes you post something and it just takes off. I have a Starfield video that was posted for a month, and all of a sudden it took off, and now it's got 26,000 views. I have other stuff that takes off and then just drops right off. I mean, I don't know what it is. I just tried to make content that I would like to watch, and it's been working. JC Gamer says, if New Vegas has the shooting mechanics of 4, I'd say New Vegas was better, to be honest. Yeah, that's something that they knew that they needed to fix, was the shooting mechanics, and I believe they got id Software involved in order to make the combat a little better. I do like how VATS pauses the game in 3 and in New Vegas, but I can deal with 4. 76 is hard to use, but at least it's still there. JC Gamer says, I definitely appreciate your videos. Thanks, man. Manos, I wonder if they'll ever finish the Fallout 4 New Vegas mod in our lifetime. You'd pay for it too. Yeah, man, these awesome mods that always come out, I feel like it takes so long for them to actually ever come out, and what, maybe 10% of them do. Yeah, New Vegas is definitely the better RPG for sure. Just the conversation options, that's really what I want to see come back to Starfield, is have some stuff like what I'm doing right here, but real conversation options where you have, first of all, what the hell you're actually going to say when you select a dialogue option, right? Because that was infuriating. And then obviously to actually have real dialogue options so you can roleplay if you want, right? So now I got to figure here, welcome to level 6. So you can see how early I am in the game here. And these are the ones where it's like, here we go. Yep, I definitely need this. So I'm not even going to look at the rest of them because I need to do this. I'm moving on. All right. So in this quest, I am going to rescue some, or free some captives. But in the meantime, I need to raid some bodies. Nope. All right. Where are these other guys at? I don't need cigarettes. There's one other person I killed. Here we go. Try and not drink the dirty water. Yeah, Zach said, I would be interested in Fallout 76 private servers. The modding community can create some impressive stuff. I would be interested in Fallout 76 private servers so I could play the game by myself. Dude, to be honest with you. I've tried it. I would rather just not play with other people. I'm not into it. I think I've said a couple times in some videos that I'd be interested in a offline mode, right? Private server is the same thing. I'll pay $5 a month to be able to just go through and explore the world without having to deal with people trying to interact with me, you know? Hey Monos, we'll see if they allow modding, it's going to be private servers. That's how they make money because you have to pay, I think, to have access to your... When I say private servers, I think it'll be you can pay for a server that they will host. So that's how they'll make money. I don't think they'll let us ever host our own servers for 76. I mean, that's how I would do it if I were them. All right, so I'm trying to find these captives here. Yeah, JC says, what made me interested in Fallout universe was single player experience and story. 76 has none of that. That is true. Yeah, Zach says that 76 is designed in a way that's detrimental to the online experience because anyone can go in front of you and loot. And then, at that point, you don't have any loot. And I have experienced that, going through whole entire areas that you've just discovered for the first time and there's nothing there. And you got to somehow mentally remember to check it out later on because it doesn't reset for hours. Yeah, there's a lot of things about Fallout 76 that I think tied to the Fallout name made people more negative about the game than they otherwise would have been. They would have called it, you know, anything other than Fallout, really. It's post-apocalyptic, sort of in a Fallout vein. I think people would have given it a chance, but you've set expectations in a way for the Fallout series that people, you know, they know what they want. They've played Fallout games for years. Anybody that came from the original Fallout games, you know, they're already kind of like, you know, the Bethesda games aren't quite what the original ones were, but hey, you know, it's still pretty good. But coming from those games and going into Fallout 76, I mean, that is a tough pill to swallow. So I agree with you guys on that. And I really, really tried to like Fallout 76. I mean, it's okay. But there's a lot of things that you have to, put up with in order to have an okay experience, which makes it, you know, is it worth my time playing, or can I go back to a game like this that I have not played in years? And, oh wow, great. I did not realize that I'm out of bullets. So I'm gonna switch weapons here. Yeah, 12-year-olds grieving is what JC says. 3 days, 12-year-olds griefing you. Yep. It's just not worth having to deal with it, you know? In my opinion. And there's a lot of people that really enjoyed it. You know, and it's gotten better. I cover it because people still are interested in it, right? Oh, wow. An egg timer. I think I need turpentine for something, but it weighs 2 pounds. I can't take it. Mono says Fallout 76 should have been a new IP. It would have been far more successful without the Fallout name. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thought, right? JC says, I just feel like I can't have any kind of lasting impact on the world of 76. Whereas all the other Fallouts you can shape and mold into your own. I mean, that is a good point. Plus, it just kind of goes against the feeling of the world. Taking selfies and launching nukes at each other, the whole thing just doesn't make sense to me. Something's coming for me. Here we go. Characters you can relate to and you can sympathize with them or hate them, Zach says, not Zone 76. Yeah, the whole thing just kind of rubbed me the wrong way, where you are the best of the best. Your whole reason for being in the vault was so that in 20 years you can repopulate the Earth, and instead what we're all doing is running around shooting nukes again. Like, I know that the storyline is that you're trying to kill the, Scorched Beast Queen or whatever it is, right? But I don't know. It's meant to be fun. It would have been better as a not Fallout experience. People would have given it more of a shot because we all had an idea of what a Fallout game should be because we've all played them, right? And Fallout 76 isn't that. There's no human NPCs to talk to. And until you go back to another Fallout game like this and realize what it really brings to the experience, then it makes it even worse to go back to Fallout 76, just reading terminals. Which, let's talk about that for a second. Reading terminals while you're trying to do a quest with somebody, or somebody is bothering you, or you're in a group setting and they've got paragraphs and paragraphs and we've all got to take turns reading it. Like, who thought that that was a good idea? JC says, I've realized BGS really seems to be targeting the preteen gamer with 76. Tons of kiddie guests. I mean, those are the people that I think are fine playing online games. They got to find what their demographic is that actually enjoys the game, if that's the case. Yeah, the Boy Scout quests. Now, I haven't played those, but I watched some videos on them. That looks like Fetch Quest Nightmare. Got to go all over the map, and that's what I feel like most of the game is. Go here, collect X number of things. At least right now I'm on a quest in New Vegas here to free some captives. So, I mean, they're humans, right? You don't see that in 76. Yeah, so Mano says, that's what I meant earlier. Online sandbox games don't generally need NPCs or even a story. But when it's a Fallout game, people have certain expectations, and those things don't usually work in multiplayer. Yeah. They don't. You got to have a certain kind of game, right? With people with a keyboard in front of them, because a lot of people who play Fallout are doing it on a controller. You can have in-depth stuff like in World of Warcraft, people are just sitting in front of their computer and they'll type out paragraphs at a time. But, all right, here we go. I love this. So the Legion, which you're supposed to hate, has got some powder ganger captives. What are you supposed to do? Because both of these are bad, right? Who am I supposed to be talking to here?
True to Kaiser. When we're fortified here and reinforced, Forlorn Hope will be next.
So I imagine if I untie this dude, they're going to attack me, right? See what happens. Oh, shit. Yep. I've gained infamy. Yes, because I'm freeing these guys. Alright, what is this? Oh, they're money. Let's hopefully I get a critical shot here. Nope. Alright, there we go. Oh, wow. Another guy. I don't know where he's coming from. Alright. Where's this guy going? Did he leave? He didn't. So I can't remember. Will you still get infamy if you kill everyone that saw what you did? If I kill all these guys, am I still considered infamous? Now that folks know you're bad, most people outright hate you. I'm hated by Caesar's Legion. Alright. For your overwhelmingly monstrous behavior, you become vilified by the community. Alright. Hey, this is what makes these interesting, right? Hit vector. What is that? And I'm over encumbered, so I got that shotgun so that I can repair. If I remember correctly, all factions forgive you after you visit Mr. House. Yeah, that's probably a ways from where I'm at in this game, though. I don't know why I'm saving powder gangers. What have I done? A little bit good mixed with a little bit bad. People haven't figured you out yet. Man, I miss seeing stuff like this in Fallout games. Alright. Alright, guys. Well, I think I'm going to end it there for today. Thanks for jumping on my test stream. Hopefully I got most of the stuff ironed out. I'm gonna watch back the video here after I end it to see how it looks on YouTube, because I think it just will automatically add it to my videos. So thanks a lot for jumping on, guys, helping me out, making sure everything's running okay. I really appreciate it. It was a good way to enjoy a Sunday morning. So with that being said, you guys all have a good rest of your day.